Hello, well, welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod, and we're gonna do a little bit of I don't know, cleaning house today. Can we call it that? We got some Puzzle Gauntlet to catch up on. We got the Crash the Titans for the week because tomorrow is the last day of our boss event, so we're gonna kind of reserve our stream tomorrow for some of that. And not to mention, it's kind of hard on heroic mode this time around. Apocalypse is kind of a different boss. He's got like a way you have to kill him unless you can overpower him. And, I'll get into that tomorrow. But because of the limited roster that we're reduced to and those rules, there's a different way we have to approach them this time around. If you already got a really strong roster, 5 stars abundant, then you don't have a problem. But for those of you that don't have that option, well, I've been labbing it up, trying to figure out ways to make it easy on everyone. And I've got a few up my sleeve, but hey, wait for tomorrow afternoon, last moments, I'll give you all the different options and ideas I've come up with since then. I hope you've been leveling your supports. That's the whole reason we have the Puzzle Gauntlet, right? I mean, did you forget? Puzzle Gauntlet is the whole reason we get supports as often as we do. And I say often with air quotes. We don't get them often enough, but hey, this is what gives us our supports when we do get them. Let's start off with the Crash the Titans though. Okay, we're going to get right into this to start off the stream. And if only just to, well, get a good fight out of the way and warmed up before the puzzles. Who do we got this week? Well, you can tell by the icon there, we're going to go against Dupe. Now usually when I describe these Crash the Titans, hey John, how's it going, man? Usually when it comes to these Crash the Titans, I like to describe when the character comes into MPQ, what it was like then, and what your character you're using is like. Kind of giving a little bit of MPQ history, what the character's about, what they came into. Like, did they break the mold? Were they really important at the time? Have they faded in popularity? Dupe's a little different in that. Dupe is newer to MPQ. I'm sorry, John, what's that? Busy weekend for sure. It is. It's going to be. Dupe is, he's a newer character overall. He's only, got a little bit of time on him. He hasn't been in MPQ that long. And he's one of the only characters to join MPQ where when he came in, I was like, who? I mean, you have to be kind of, I don't want to say deep into comic books, but he's definitely past my time. I haven't seen him in any video games. I haven't seen him in the movies, obviously. I haven't seen him anywhere. And so when you came into this with his big old funky red X on him, I had to do some Googling and figure out who he is. But hey, whether you know him or not, he's here in MPQ, and he came in with quite an interesting array of abilities. The first person to ever come in with different abilities to set where you want them was really just Taskmaster. Taskmaster changed us by giving us 3 of each color and letting us pick which ones we wanted. Like, oh, we like that red, and we like that blue, and we like that black. That's cool. It's pick and choose, right? But it made sense for Taskmaster. Dupe came in with, well, a whole ton more. I know Echo has a couple, but let's talk about Dupe here. He's got a ton of purple options, a ton of yellow options, a ton of blue options. Do you need this character to be a tank? He can do that. He's got a couple of moves from Professor Xavier and Juggernaut and America Chavez. He's got different options for that. Do you need him to take care of enemy tiles? He's got Rhino. He's got Polaris to punish them for putting it out there. He's got different characters like that. He's got some Emma Frost in his bag. He's got some Luke Cage. He's got some Nebula. He's got something of everything. This guy's got a little bit of all of it. Do you want him to steal AP? Do you want him to do team damage? What do you want him to do? You can mold Dupe into that. Dupe is honestly there just to help you fill out your roster or your team in any way you want. He's actually really good, really versatile. He even has a whales option. If you don't want to use 3-star Deadpool for whales anymore, you can use Dupe as your 4-star whales option. He's a catch-all. Anyways, does that make him really good? I mean, it kind of does. The only problem is that you know, when you have to go in and set his powers, you have to change them every time to what you want, and it takes a little bit of shopping and reading to figure out what kind of build you want. But that's like a first world problem, you know. Anyways, let's go up against dupe with Ikaris. Ikaris comes from the movie The Eternals, and of course the comics and other lore that come along with it. Eternals kind of bombed at the box office, and everyone kind of bombed on it and hated on it, but I'll be honest, I kind of liked it myself. Then again, I'm easy to please. If you've been watching me long enough, you know that I've kind of find a silver lining behind nearly everything. I didn't mind Eternals. I liked how it had starred like a bunch of different characters, and they all had like a good amount of background and story going in there. It was a little slow, but I don't know. I didn't mind it. I don't know. If you had to take anything from my words there, it's that if you go into it with your own lowered expectations, you're not so disappointed. Ikaris from the Eternals comes in with 3 different abilities. You got your Cosmic Blast, Gift of Levitation, and Rise Again. But if we're really going to talk about what he's about, it's that Gift of Levitation. Oh, man. He really shook things up when this came into play. 6 purple, airborne for 4 turns. As a passive, when he's airborne at the start of the turn and has no active allies. In other words, your allies are stunned, or they're airborne themselves, or they're dead. He makes a match. He just makes his own match. So even as a team of 1, he still can do stuff when he's airborne. Whenever a friendly match is made while he's airborne, in other words, like if you have active allies, he deals 380% of that match damage to the enemy in the back. So just think about this. I'm going to go through it in order. You have a friend, and let's say that friend is just Luke Cage or someone like that, right? And he makes a match 3 of red, right? You're going to hit the person in the front, the person you're facing, with that red match. Then Ikaris does 380% of that match's damage to the person in the back row. It's kind of ridiculous. It's really good. So if you're getting a cascade, red falls into yellow, falls into green, falls into red. Yes, Ikaris is sitting there going, okay, cool, slap you in the back, slap you in the back, slap you in the back, slap you. He can really help make short work of a lot of things. By the way, yes, this damage can be boosted by all kinds of other things. Do you have a damage booster out there? I don't know, Okoye, Apocalypse, Scarlet Witch. You understand what I'm going with? Yes, he can do all that. Rise Again definitely adds on to it. As a passive, it basically says, let's skip the first paragraph, shall we? The second paragraph is where it's at. His match damage is increased by 25% for every yellow AP you have. This increase is active while he is airborne. Yes, it increases your damage done in the back. It increases all that stuff. It's kind of ridiculous. Again, I'm a sucker for Okoye, and most people have played a lot of MPQ understand Okoye is an amazing top tier character in this game. Okoye plus Ikaris, you get him in the air, nothing stays alive in the back row because everything is boosted, plus his match damage is boosted, plus he's smacking them in the back, while Okoye is just, slapping in the front. It's ridiculous. The top paragraph passive isn't bad either. At the start of the turn, if Ikaris is already down and you've got 9 or more yellow, you get to drain all that yellow, but he comes back to life with full health and goes airborne automatically for 5 turns. How ridiculous is that? You have a self-reviving character passively with just 9 yellow. Hey, how's it going, man? What's up? Hi. It's probably it's a bot. Never mind. Had that starting. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I thought it was someone asking a question. Well, you got me for a second there. Okay, finally there's Cosmic Blast. I mean, this isn't a bad ability, but I don't... yeah, jerk bot. You're right, John. Stink eye him for me. At level 5, and I usually only put it at level 3, but you'll see what's going on here. For 8 red, you just do a big old beam of, well, he's got those eye beams, right? So it does some damage ignores enemy projectiles, but if he returned from being airborne this turn, you get to generate 4 purple and 4 yellow. You know, that stuff that's right here. This purple that keeps you in the air. This yellow that helps him revive and gives him more match damage. You know, that stuff. But I put it on level 3. It generates 3 purple, 3 yellow still. I don't really care about the damage it does. Basically, if you have the red and you're coming down from being airborne, like your levitation just wore off, if you have the red, fire it off. Bam. All of a sudden, you got 3 more purple, 3 more yellow. Put him up in the air again. ASAP. ASAP. Those are the letters. I can't say them. You get the point. Ikaris is really dangerous. He's not meta, no. And it's because he can't come from turn 0 to 60. You have to get 6 purple to get him going. You need some yellow AP to increase his match damage. You need a little bit of fuel in the tank to get Ikaris going. But once you have that fuel, he is really good. No, there's no guesses about it. There's no maybes. He's actually a good character. I have no reason to see why we would lose to Dupe. But then again, it really depends on how Dupe's built. If Dupe comes into the fight with the right passives, the right abilities, Dupe could win the game. It really just depends on how he's set. There's a couple of Dupe builds you could do out there to make him super defensive and tanky. But let's see what happens, shall we? Oh, almost forgot. Get the animations on. Whoa. Character effects. There you go. Crisis averted. Back into it. Dupe. Ikaris. Go. Okay. So, since we know we need purples and we know we need yellows, I see a match 3 and 4 down there of the yellows and greens. I see the match 4 up there of purples. But before I do that, I'm really curious, what Dupe are we fighting? I mean, he's green. We're fighting a Dupe with crescent darts. It's interesting. He's going to need 10 purple to do that. With recovery, this is the Wolverine recovery. So he's got Moon Knight's crescent darts, Wolverine's recovery, and Jean Grey's mind over matter. So he needs AP to fire any of this stuff off. He doesn't have any passives. This will get rid of any special tiles I have out there. This obviously will just recover health. Crescent darts are going to do a lot of damage. That's actually a really good skill, crescent darts. Which kind of goes in with the idea that Moon Knight got a buff. I'm sure you guys saw that, but in case you didn't, surprise, he got a buff. Okay, one more purple and we'll be up in the air. And we got a little bit of yellow to start too. Just 3, but it's something. So why wouldn't I start now? He's the only person on the board, meaning he's going to make free matches while he's up in the air. Whee, a little bit of Peter Pan action going on there. Dupe's already got his recovery going. Makes a match. And it does the hit in the back. See how he took the hit in front? Hit in the front, and then in the back. See? It does both. Oh, he went to go hit us, and we were airborne, so he missed. Kind of funny if you think about it. I don't have the red. I can't throw off the laser beams. You know, not ready for that. He doesn't use red, so maybe we can get away with like doing this and we can take that red. There we go. Oh, cool. Give me more red. Looks so angry. Well, so does Ikaris. They're both angry people. There's not a lot of characters that are like happy up front. What is he using both times that it's happened? Is that recovery both times? I think it is. That's funny. That looks kind of weird. His recovery is like a charge forward? Why would it be a charge forward for recovery? Oh well. These are the hard-hitting questions I ask. It just seems weird. Like, you would think that would be something else. Like, why would that be your animation for recovery? Ask Logan. Does Wolverine charge forward when he recovers? I don't remember that. He just does the little, I thought the little, like, claw marks. you know, do show up on the tiles or something like that. Maybe I'm off. I could be off. Take that black, I guess? Oh, I left him a purple match. I wanted that purple match. Meh. So I got this yellow now. I want to see if it affects his numbers. Yeah, yep, it definitely affects the numbers. 276 for red, 240 for purple, 210 for yellow. So you dupe anywhere near that. This 6 yellow I have in the bank is definitely affecting our match numbers. I'll be honest, I kind of forget that yellow helps Ikaris so much. It's not quite Dark Beast good, but it's still decent. I guess I'll take the blue. Okay, of course you get a match 4. Why wouldn't you? I'll take that. So I have that purple now. Okay, so let's get up in the sky. Ooh. If I go up in the sky, I'm willing to bet you Dupe's going to die. Kind of annoying, right? I wanted to do the red after the purple, but I already have 8 yellow, so all my damage up there in the sky is going to be amplified. So let's fire the red now to get the animation. I'm like Cyclops before there was Cyclops. Anyways, and now purple. Here we go, Peter Pan. The only animation I can't give you is if there's an animation for reviving from the dead. But hey, I gave you what I could. Yay! Go Ikaris! Not a hard fight. Get the purple, get up in the sky. Obviously, milk the yellow, match damage for all you can. That is Ikaris's Crash the Titans.